Hey guys, Matt from Total MTG here, and it's Deck Tech Tuesday. So this week I thought I'd showcase my deck that I played in the first week of my local game store, Dead Universe Comics, which was the Standard Showdown Week 1. Unfortunately I didn't win. I nearly went undefeated, and undefeated in that shot means you get one of those lovely boosters. But I lost my last match, which was the Blue-White Flash. But the deck performed very well. But I just couldn't, in the last match, cope with the sequence of Spell Queller into Spell Queller into Spell Queller. Then he went Reflector Mage into Reflector Mage, back into another Spell Queller. So, not many decks could probably beat that. But my opponent was a very good player, nice lad as well. And yeah, he definitely deserved the win. But, let's have a look at my deck. It is a blue-white Flux Reservoir deck. So first of all, I'm going to have a look at show you the creatures. We start off with a Thraben Inspector. We have 4 of the Thraben Inspectors. Comes in, investigates, helps you with a little bit of card draw, and is only like a 1-mana spell that can be good with the Ether Flux later as well. Also run Pilgrim's Eye, just a couple of them. Gets us go maybe go and get a land or something as well, and it's a little flyer as well, a little blocker. So on to the other creatures. The all-important creature is one of them is Reflector Mage. Everyone knows about Reflector Mage in Standard. Enters the battlefield, return target creature opponent comes to their hand. They can't cast that until their next turn after that. So good to bounce it. Obviously we run Essence Flux in this deck. Good to bounce it with Essence Flux, and if we can bounce some of our own creatures as well. So we run 3 of them. Cloud Blazer, absolutely brilliant, performed so well for me on the day. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life, draw 2 cards. Just one of the best cards to bounce as well. Gets you extra life, draw, card draw. Absolutely brilliant. Run a full play set of them. And my last creature, my favourite card from Kaladesh, which is Torrential Gearhulk. We run 3 of them. Enters the battlefield. You can cast an instant card or instant card without paying its mana cost, not sorcery. If that card will be put into your graveyard, you just exile instead. But great to be blinked as well, Torrential Gearhulk. And just great all round. It's a nice big beater, being a 5/6 as well. So let's get on to the main part of the deck. Obviously creatures are good as well, but this is what I'm talking about. Essence Flux. Exiles target creature you control, then return it back to the field and it's under control. If it's a spirit, you put a 1/1 counter. We don't run spirits, but I run these basically to blink other stuff. Blink the Gearhulks later on, a good Cloud Blazers, Reflector Mages. It's all good to be blinked. And just keeps, casting triggers for Ether Flux Reservoir as well. 1 mana instant, very, very good. You can block with a Torrential Gearhulk, say, then blink it in and out, play another instant. It's really good. So we run 3 of them. Possibly, I did have 4, but I cut it down to 3. Anticipates, look at the top 3 cards in the library, put 1 into your hand and the rest in the bottom of your library. Good for sorting through your deck, got a full play set of them. Unsubstantiate, return target spell or creature to its owner's hand. All about slowing our opponent down while we can get to that, all-important 50 life. I did manage to tap the old, pay the 50 life with the Ether Flux Reservoir, and a couple of times on Standard Showdown and do the 50 damage was really, really fun. So we got 4 of them. Bit more card drawing, Glimmer of Genius, scry 2, draw 2 cards, you get 2 energy counters, a couple of them. Engulf the Shore, we run a lot of blue, there's a lot of islands. We do not mind bouncing our own stuff to play again, we don't mind doing that with Ether Flux Reservoir. And it can help our, slow our opponents down indeed as well. So we run them. And then the all-important main card of the deck, Ether Flux Reservoir. If we don't win by our little creatures and our Torrential Gearhulks, we want to get to 50 life. Bouncing Cloud Blazers gets us 2 life, then 4 life, and, depends how many spells, we get more life. Just keep getting that life up, and if anything, it can just keep us alive as well, which it did do a few times to me. Went down to 1, built up to 19, 20 life again. We ran 3 of these, possibly 1 4. I've tried it with 3 and it ran pretty well. But I might make a little configuration to the deck. Just maybe add something in that's going to help with the wins a bit easier. I did go draw, win, loss. But, I was undefeated. One of my draws, my opponent was just sort of playing for the time. I had him on 1 life. And I just could not, bounce, just get that last 1 life down. I kept getting a creature down. He played a Mardu deck and he had Liliana on. And he was just ticking down my 2 power creatures. So I just couldn't get that 1 life. So that was one of my draws. The other draw was against Blue-White Flash again. Won the first game quite easily. After sideboard was quite hard, but you know we managed to go. You know, it was just a stalemate in that one. I beat like a Blue-White control deck, and then I lost to Blue-White Flash. So you know, there's a lot of Blue-White Flash around at the moment. Obviously without a Black-White Druid, but you know, this deck definitely competed against one of the best decks in the format at the moment. So, you know, if you want to give it a make, give it a make. I found it really fun. It's a different, you know, sort of take on the Reservoir deck. Not playing all those 0 mana artifacts, which I do play as well, which is really good. If we just get quickly to the land base, pretty simple. Play set support towns, play set of prairie streams, and then just a mixture of these. A lot of islands for I engulf the shores, and plains as well. So, go to my sideboard. One sideboard card that I definitely made a little mistake about playing. I should have bought in the enchantment that enchants planeswalkers and stuff like that to make them lands. Can't remember if it cost 3. I think, can't remember off the top of my head. Someone in the comments will let me know. Saying of the Moon, I think it's called. But you know, after sideboard, sometimes I change to a bit more control-y, bringing in Dovin Barnes and Jace. I got to emblem Dovin Barnes in one of my games. Absolutely hilarious. Got my 50 life then and just whacked them. So that was really fun. So we run a couple of planeswalkers. These are all in misorder. But summary dismissal. I will leave a link below, obviously, like I normally do, so you can see the proper numbers. But summary dismissal is nice. Counter all the extra abilities. Stasis snares, quarantine fields, ceremonious rejection for the colourless stuff, some negates. Another ceremonious there. Revolutionary buff, dispels, negates. So you can see we can go a lot more controlling if we need to be, if it's not controlling enough already. And basically try and, you know, these are good obviously for exiling, you know, stuff. It helps us with Planeswalker, but I never got that in my last game with all those Quellers and everything else. So, you know, I was a bit unlucky drawing that sort of stuff, but I had no chance with that sort of sequence that he had. But yeah, this was the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed Deck Tech Tuesday. What I will do, I will show you, but probably, I don't think I can make my next Standard Showdown. I'm going to go to the 1 week after. If you've been following me, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go and follow Total MTG on Instagram. I've been flashing up what I'm, you know, going to be playing at my next Standard Showdown. It's going to be a Black-White control. I don't want to just join the masses and play my Spellqueller. I know Spellqueller is a really good, you know, that's a really good deck. But, you know, I like to hopefully play a bit different and see how my decks sort of compete against the top ones. But I've got a nice little Black-White control that's just, you know, just controlling. A lot of kill, a lot of other stuff. And then hopefully win with stuff like Noxious Gearhouse. It's going to have Kalitas in it and Saurians and stuff like that. So that's the way I'm going to go. But this has been Deck Tech Tuesday with my Standard Showdown deck, which is the Blue-White Flux Reservoir. Definitely recommend playing it. You will get some nice wins with this. And there's nothing better than paying 50 life with an Ether Flux Reservoir, to be honest. It's absolutely hilarious. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up. Really helps out. If you're new to us, press that subscribe button. We do Deck Tech Tuesday every Tuesday. Obviously, it's Deck Tech Tuesday. And anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers, guys.